You're going to begin your practice by coming onto your mat and going into a wide child's pose. Now you're going to rise up onto a hands and knees position. This is called box pose. And as you inhale, you'll want to drop the belly low and bring the head back up. As you exhale, you'll arch your back up towards the sky and let your head drop. Keep your movement at a steady pace with your breath. These yoga positions are called cat and cow. And then come back into a neutral position, which is your box position. Step your right foot to your right thumb and rise into a crescent lunge on the knee. It's important to make sure that your hips are squared to the front of the mat so that you get an even stretch on both sides. Your right knee should be at a 90-degree angle, and your hips should be directly above your left knee on the ground. Switch sides. Step your left foot to your left thumb and rise into a crescent lunge on the knee. Bring both feet to the top of the mat, and as you inhale, rise into mountain. Exhale, forward fold. And as you inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And as you inhale, come into a chair pose. You don't want your knees to come over your toes in chair pose, so you'll want to be able to still see your toes over your knees while holding this. On this last exhale, you'll want to bring both hands to the mat for a forward fold. Inhale as you come into a halfway lift. Exhale and come into a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and hold for one breath. Step your right foot to your right thumb and rise into Warrior One. You'll want your back foot to be parallel with the mat. You'll want your knee to be directly over your ankle. You can check this by leaning forward and making sure that the middle of your knee is in line with your middle toe. That way your knee is not leaning to either side. Exhale and come into a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And hold for one breath. Bring both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale and rise into chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and come into a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And hold for one breath. Inhale and step your left foot to your left thumb and rise into Warrior One on the left side. You're going to hold this position for 3 breaths. You'll also want to make sure that your wrists are directly over your shoulders and that your shoulders are directly over your hips. Exhale and come into a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And hold for 1 breath. Bring both feet to the top of the mat and bound your hands behind your back. Hinge at the hips for a bound forward fold. Release and come into a revolved chair with your left elbow on your right knee. Your shoulders should be stacked, and make sure that you are pulling your left hip back so it stays in line with the right hip. Release and switch sides. Right elbow should come to the outer edge of your left knee. Shoulders should be in a straight line, and your hips should be straight as well. It is also important to make sure that you keep your back as straight as possible. Rise into mountain pose with your hands over your head. Come into a crescent lunge with your right foot forward and your left foot back, similar to Warrior One, but your heel is not on the ground. You are on the ball of your left foot. Hands are on the hips. Come into a revolve crescent lunge by placing your left hand on your left thigh and bending back, stretching the right arm up. Release and come into mountain pose and shake your legs out a bit. Come into a crescent lunge with the left foot forward, rising onto the ball of your right foot, hands on your hips. Come into a revolved crescent lunge with your right hand on your right thigh, stretching your left arm up and back. Rise into mountain pose with your hands over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and come into a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot to your right thumb and rise into Warrior One. As you exhale, extend your arms into Warrior Two. Make sure your hips are squared to the long side of your mat. Straighten the right knee and rotate your left foot to point forward and bring your arms up. Hinge at the hips and bring your hands to the mat. As you exhale, try to bring your head a little bit closer to your knee. Remember to keep the back straight. Hold pyramid pose for 3 more breaths. If this is challenging for you, you can rise up onto your fingertips, and if you have yoga blocks, you can use those to elevate your hands off of the mat a little bit. Gently shift your weight and open up on the right side, bringing the right arm up and making sure that your shoulders are stacked. Chest should be open towards the right side of your mat. Hold this revolve triangle position for 1 more breath. Release and come into Warrior One with your left foot forward. Exhale and open up into Warrior Two. Straighten the left knee and rotate the right foot towards the top of the mat. Bring your hands up and then hinge at the hips and place your hands on the mat. Shift your weight to your right hand and open up on the left side, stretching your left arm up and making sure you stack the shoulders. Eye gaze should be towards the top of your hand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and come into a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up into the air for a three-legged downward dog. If you need to, you can bend your left knee a little bit and come onto the ball of your left foot. Make sure that your back remains straight and your hips remain straight as well. As you exhale, bring your right knee up towards your head and hold for a downward facing dog with knee to forehead. Make sure that your shoulders are stacked directly over your wrists and try to maintain a plank formation. Push your right leg back into three-legged downward facing dog. One more time and hold. And lower your leg back down to the mat. Lift your left leg up toward the sky and come into three-legged downward facing dog on the other side. Bring your left knee down and towards your forehead and hold for downward facing dog with knee to head. And push your left leg back and up and come back into three-legged downward facing dog. Release and come into your box pose and rest here. You can also move into child's pose if you would rather. Go ahead and lower down to the mat. Bring your palms to the mat up by your head and push up on your elbows, lifting just your chest off the ground for Sphinx. You're going to pull your shoulders together and down and make sure that you do not lift the bottom edge of your rib cage off of the ground. Go ahead and lower down to the mat. Push up into a low cobra by lifting your chest off of the mat, but the bottom of your rib cage will still be touching the mat. Go ahead and lower down to the mat. Flip over on your mat with your back laying down and your knees up. Bring the heels of your feet up close to your butt and your arms straight down by your side. And on the inhale, we are going to lift your glutes off of the ground for bridge pose. Begin to rise back up and come onto your knees. Place both hands on your lower back and make sure to keep your hips directly over your knees as you lean back into camel pose. You can keep your hands on your hips, or you can reach your hands back and grab your ankles, whatever is most comfortable for yourself. Release and come back up slowly. And then come back into a neutral position, which is your box position. Shift your weight to the right side and open up into a side plank. Make sure your hips stay stacked over each other and your shoulders are pulling back towards one another. Eye gaze is towards your top hand. If this is a challenge, you can drop down to side plank on the knee. Exhale and bring your hand back to the mat and switch sides. Shift your weight to the left side and bring your right hand up towards the sky, keeping your hips stacked and your shoulders in line with each other. Release and come into a box position. And as you exhale, come down onto the ground. Go ahead and bring your knees back in for a tuck. And you can either rock side to side, or you can grab your knees and draw circles with your knees, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Come into a sitting position, and you're going to lift your legs off of the ground so that your shins are parallel with the ground, and you can hold the back of your knees. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together and sit up straight, making sure that your back is straight. This is called cobbler's pose. Bring your right hand to your right knee and bring your left hand towards the back of the mat. Sit up straight. Eye gaze should be over your left shoulder. It's important to twist from the middle of the back instead of just rotating the shoulders. Switch sides. Bring your left hand to your right knee. Right hand will come to the mat and eye gaze will be over your right shoulder. As you release, come into a sitting position with both legs extended out in front of you. Hinge at the hips and fold forward, making sure that you grab on to the outer edges of your feet with both hands and keep the back as straight as possible. Release and keep your right leg extended straight in front of you and bend your left knee to bring your foot to your inner thigh. Grab both edges of your right foot with both hands and lean forward, bringing your head to your knee. Remember to only stretch as much as you are comfortable with. Exhale and release and switch sides. Extend your left leg in front of you, bringing your right foot to your inner thigh. Exhale and bring your legs up towards your ribs. Grab the outsides of your feet and bring your legs out. This is called Happy Baby. Release and bring both legs down to the mat and tuck your right knee into your chest. Bring your right knee up and fold it over towards the left side of your body for a supine twist. Make sure you keep both of your shoulders on the ground and your arms out to the side. It's important that as you're twisting, you're continuing to keep your right shoulder pressed into the ground. Switch sides and tuck your left knee into your chest. Bring your left knee up and then bring it over towards the right side of your body. Make sure that you bring your left shoulder to the ground and that you continue to make sure it is pressed to the ground. Release and come into your final corpse pose. With every exhale, relax deeper into your mat. Take this time to really relax and let your body rest. As you begin to relax, focus on your breath, in and out. If you notice that your mind starts to wander, bring awareness to the center of your forehead. Imagine that there is a big ball of light and bring all of your awareness and attention to the middle of your forehead. This will help you reroute all of your thoughts back to focusing on your breathing. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers and start to come back because our practice is over.